Hello parents, my name is Eric Chairs and I'm here to introduce you all to the Burnett Middle School Esports program. I hope you all are having a wonderful evening and I hope you find this both informative and helpful as you decide if this is something you want your child to be participating in. First off, I'd like to introduce both myself and Mr. McGowan, who are the two advisors and coaches for our program. I can be found at any time in room 215 in the school, that is my main classroom, and I am the computer teacher. Mr. McGowan can be found in room 213. He is one of our 8th grade English teachers. He joined this program last year to help me out because we have very different interests in games. He handled a lot of the Overwatch stuff for me last year. I handled a lot of the Rocket League. We're expanding the program this year with a lot more games, which we'll get into later. But I just want you guys to know who we are and see our lovely smiling faces. Now, this program does have several goals in mind. It isn't just about playing video games. First off, we are looking to model acceptable and productive online behavior. We want to promote this open and safe environment for our students. We are looking to grow this program for all students, not just students who like to game. And again, we'll talk a little bit more about that later. We want to use video games as this medium to teach sportsmanship qualities and values to the students. This is a big one. A lot of people talk about, well, you play football, you learn these team building skills, you learn these sportsmanship skills. What do you get from playing video games? You can get the same thing. It's just you have to modify how you instruct it. And that's a big focus on of our program this year. And finally, we want these students to be able to interact in an online world in a safe manner. The world is getting more online more every day. These children are going to need to know how to work and interact in that environment safely as they grow. So those are our big goals. Now let's go ahead and get into the way we play, because we have two different formats for the students to participate in. We have a competitive format, and this is going to run just like any other sports school activity. We're going to have set seasons, fall, winter, and spring, that have set start and end dates. We are going to be limited on the number of teams we can enter per school. And this is a full commitment for the season. So if this is something your child wants to participate in, please understand that they are essentially locked into this activity for the duration of it. And I'll show you guys all that a little bit later as well. However, if the commitment is too large, or your child is a little uncomfortable playing, they're not sure if their skills are up there, we also have friendly competitions that will take place on a weekly basis. And just like in our competitive, they are going to be playing against other schools, but this is more for fun, help develop skills, and get better. We are not limited to the number of teams we can enter, so as long as your child signs up, we will find them a match to play in. And this is non-committal, so if they can only make it every other week, that's fine. If they can make it once every while, not a problem. They have that ability to come and go as they please. To give you guys a breakdown of our competitive season, you can see it here. We're looking at the fall from the early September to mid-December, winter starting at the end of November, going through to March, spring starting in late February, going through the end of March as well. And you're going to say there's some overlap here. Yes, we do have a little bit of overlap, only because those ending dates are where the finals are going to occur. I want all information available on the table, and you can see the various games that are being played as well as their ratings. Please be advised, anything that's rated 13 and above, the child must be 13 or above in order to participate in the competitive season. That was a rule from Garden State Esports, who manages everything. If it's rated E, it's open to all students. In the friendly competitions, as long as we have written permission from you that says, yes, they're not 13, but yes, they're allowed to play this game that is rated 13 and above, that's fine. We have that covered. To understand how our friendly games are going to break down as well, you can see 5 days a week, 2 games per day. We've got Fortnite and chess. We're trying to find someone to manage the chess program as we speak. We've got Rocket League and Smite, and so these will be every week the same games as far as we know. Things are always subject to change, and if that happens, I will inform both the students and the parents involved of those changes. But again, these are the friendly matches. um, to go along with everything else. Now, I've mentioned GSE and Garden State Esports a few times. This is basically the organization that governs all the competitions that we do. Started by teachers, it's for students, and their focus is on learning, competition, and community for all students. Their big emphasis is all. We have no limits on restrictions on who can join and participate in this program. And they focus on 4 core values: learning, opportunity, community, and diversity. This is something they want, and a big push that they have this year is getting more, or they've had for a while, is getting more girls involved. There's a very large underrepresentation of them in esports. We want to try and address that and bring them in by creating a safe, non-toxic environment for all students to participate in. Some of the games that we've played, and I previewed for you here, but these are just a few. These are all the ones that you'll see in the competitive format specifically. Some of these will probably look familiar to you. Things like Fortnite, Overwatch, and Rocket League are familiar to many parents because many students are playing them. Some unfamiliar ones might be Smite, Knockout City, League of Legends. They're all a little different. They're all a wide array of games, which is nice. We've got everything from first and third person shooters to collaborative team games to car soccer if you're a Rocket League fan like myself. So we're very excited to see this variety of games being played, and we're looking forward to building teams and teaching students some of these games if they're unfamiliar with them. Just to give you an idea, the focus of this program has always been to keep everything to a minimal cost to parents and students involved. So because of that, here's a little breakdown of the different games, cost, and what platforms they can be played on. You'll notice a majority of these games are free and can be played across all platforms. The few that are not free, please don't go out and pay for games, please. We are working with GSE, who's worked with many companies to get temporary codes for the students to be able to participate that they won't need to pay the cost of the game for. There may be some subjectivity to whether it has to be linked to a school account or to a student's personal account. That's going to vary. We've also got codes that unlock all characters for some of the games. Things like Smite and League of Legends have like a rotating active character selection. I believe we'll be able to get codes for Smite that just unlock all the characters so they can play as whoever they would like to play as. Okay. Another really awesome part of this program, and this is a big thank you and shout out to Mr. Shaw, our building principal, is when this program, I was asked to run this program 2 years ago. He was very much behind it, so much so that he actually got us our own space in the building. He literally commandeered a room to build us our own playing space. So you can see it here in various stages of demolition and reconstruction. You'll also see at the bottom right corner there 2 amazing chairs that our students will get to sit in as they play that many teachers in the building are very jealous of. So they get those chairs and the teachers do not, and I think that's the coolest thing ever. One of the things I mentioned earlier is we're looking not just for players here. And so I know a lot of parents who are watching this probably have kids who are interested in playing, so I ask you at this time, think about your kids' friends who may not like to play games but may have other interests, because we're looking for a lot of those as well. Just to break that down here, broadcasters, commentators, artists, content creators, writers, webmasters. We're looking for people to do podcasting, people to manage, went too farther. Manage programs, keep track of statistics, manage our social media, and do video editing. And again, we've got a lot of the equipment already to manage this. Again, the kids do not have to fund this on their own if they don't want to. I'm actually going to be reaching out to Tap Into Union to see if they'll be willing to run articles about the program and our games that the students write. So they'll get a little publicity there. For our artists, we do have a web store that we can upload any image we would like to. And one of the things I would love to do with that store is take the artwork that some of the kids do and put it on some of our apparel. Again, circulate the student's name, get them the recognition they deserve, and again, help fund the program with some new, more customized, cool, because I know these kids are all about cool designs. So that's a big push for our program this year, is getting more of this stuff involved into it. Now, if your child wishes to participate, we do have some expectations on them. One, we expect them to attend matches when expected to, which means if they sign up and say, yes, I'm going to be there, they need to be there. And not just be there on time, we want them to be there 10 minutes before the start of a match so we can make sure everything is working. We can have them up and ready to go. My big push was no game was going to be delayed because of us. I still want to keep that going. So 10 minutes early before the match. They're going to have to uphold the Good Luck Have Fun pledge, which is a pledge by GSE to help mitigate and moderate toxic language and toxic behaviors online. The goal here is to help your teammates improve. No one should be ripping, digging, dissing, whatever the term is now, roasting your teammate. Help them improve, whether that's, if you want to have a coach or another player help out, or do it yourself and just kind of sit with them and work on different skills or work on different strategies, explain the game to them better. That's our goal here. And through that process, we will eventually build up and support each other, allowing our students to become their best self, which is our final goal. Okay, here's the Good Luck Have Fun pledge. It has 7 components to it that just talk about, standard, common, good old sportsmanship behavior that we're expecting them to follow and understand and abide by. And finally, heading into our final step here is, how can you support our program? Well, there are a variety of things you can do. One, you can follow us on our social media platforms. And if you would like to, also follow the Garden State Esports on their social media platforms. Always helpful. 2, you can purchase team apparel on our web store, which is available on this website that you're watching this video on. You can subscribe to our Twitch channel. If you are an Amazon Prime member, you actually get a free Prime Twitch subscription every month, and if you use that subscription on us, we make money for free. You're basically making Amazon pay us. It's really cool. Support your child if they want to play or really participate at any level. If they want to be one of our content creators but they don't want to play competitively, that's fine. Being a content creator gives them a lot more flexibility within the program and takes all the pressure off of playing competitively. Please make sure you cheer for our players when they are competing. A cool thing that happened to us last year, we were in the state finals for the Middle School Rocket League Championship, which was hosted by Boise State on their Twitch channel. They had a full-on production, commentators, announcements. It was really, really cool. And I will say watching it was one of the coolest experiences I had last year as a coach. Because I knew the outcome before the matches played, but I was still nervous of watching it all play out, knowing the result. I know several parents of our players actually had little watch parties with close family for that, and it was really exciting to hear the feedback from the parents as their kids were talking about playing in this program. It was awesome. So please, you can absolutely cheer for our players, even though you're not going to be there in person. And a big thing in our big push this year is we want to start making esports varsity letter eligible at the high school. High school is supposed to have a program that picks up from us. I'll be working with them to try and get that program off the ground this year. They're having a little bit. I think they had a little bit of trouble last year getting started, so I'm going to try and work with them to get them up and running. But in New Jersey, basically all you need to make something varsity letter eligible is the Board of Ed to say, yes, we're okay with that. And that's it. So that's going to be a big push for us this year. We'll have a form letter set up that you'll be able to fill out and send to the Board of Ed, as well as, depending on how it goes, if we need to speak at the Board of Ed, we can arrange that as well. But that's it for our presentation today. I hope you guys found this informative and helpful. I hope that you realize that this is going to be more than just playing games. We are going to be focusing on a lot of things with these children. and helping them in any way we can through any support that they need. Once again, my name is Eric Churis. Thank you all for listening to this video. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the screens. Bye.